So now we'll be learning what are the variables. We know var and let are the keywords to define the variable. Even const is also a keyword which we use to define a variable. Variable are used to store values. Whenever you are doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or any other uh, means we are doing some operations or we are doing some mathematical calculation. So whenever we want anything, we save it in one value called as a variable. So we know that var keyword is used as a variable which defines, okay, when we say var x, then it will tell you that x is a variable. And in the var keyword, we can use any kind of variables like a string, or you can use number, floating point, or any other kind of a variable type. So now here it is var x is equal to 5, console.log x. So we declare and initialize in one statement also, like this, var y is equal to 2. Instead of doing two statements, we can use the same. We have already learned about this in the earlier videos. Reassign the value later, like if we can use x is equal to 1, it is okay with the var keyword. But with the let, we can't use it because let is a modern variable in which we can't make reuse of that variable again. As a modern variable declaration, let is, this is the keyword and it is used as a modern variable declaration. Var is an old school variable declaration, but still many times we use var keyword still now as well. It is best practice to use let because it is we learned how it is different with var. Const is just like a let, but the value of the variable cannot be changed. Now var and let are both used for variable declaration in JavaScript, but the difference between them is that var is function scoped and let is block scoped. So if we've used a let keyword, it is used as a function, just a block scoped, or we can say var is a global declaration. In everywhere we can use the var keyword, but if we use let only in that block or in that particular function only, it will work. It can be said that variable declaration with var is defined throughout the program as compared to let. That is what we define. So next is about variable names. So we have to be very careful while using the variable names. So like we used var x. This is a very simple use of variable names, but we should have to understand how variable name should be. So there are some rules or some syntax ready for the variable names. So we should write as a begin with letter or $sign or underscore. Only contains letter, numbers, $sign and underscore. It is very case sensitive. So like as var small x is different with var capital X. Avoid reserved words, which we know that if we use like a var, this is a keyword, or a reserved words, and we use the same name for our variable name, then it won't work because it will take that var as a keyword or a reserved word. So be careful while using the names of variables. Again, choose clarity and meaning. Means if we want to do addition of two numbers, we can use like var x, var y, and var sum. Means it would be like result would be stored into sum is equal to x plus y. So it makes little bit understandable and is meaningful, and we get clarity that it is the addition of two numbers, like sum of two numbers. Prefer camel case for multiple words instead of underscore. What is camel case? So camel case itself, in this name, can you see the first word is in small and the first word of that, sorry, I just skipped it. So like prefer like first this camel case. So you can see this C is smaller and this C is the capital. This is the camel case format. Pick a naming convention and stick with it. Now if we are using camel case for our program, then use the same case throughout the program. Don't change the naming convention. Or if you are using underscore for all of your program in the functions and or declaring functions or declaring variables, anything, then you use the underscore. Okay, var num, this is one of the format, like okay, we can use this format. Like var num people, this is correct. Underscore main header, this is also correct. Num. But what is not okay? Like this, like number cool this doesn't make sense as well, and it has not been using our rules that it should begin with letters, underscore or a dollar sign. So this makes very bad impression on our programming syntax or my conventions. It makes us not understandable, and it confused a whole over in our program. Even if somebody comes and looks to your program, because in most of the companies or in development field, many times there are many people doing the same program at the same time, so they should also understand that meaningful, and we can also understand, because we should not also get out from our link and we'll go on checking what does that mean. So try to be very clarity and keep in that it should be meaningful. So next is like expression and loose typing. Variables can also store the results like any expression. Like just now I said, like variable x is equal to 2 plus 2. So it is storing the 2 plus 2 value in the x. Also it can be var y is equal to x into 3. So whenever we are doing some arithmetical, logical or conditional, so all those operation, then we have to be careful like how it should be look like if we use, now this is the string variable, how you can understand whether it is a string variable, number variable or a constant. So when you see like var name, and when we put something in, it can be used in single quotes or double quotes, doesn't matter. So it would tell you like Clary is the name. So this is having a string variable. Similarly, var greeting is equal to hello plus name. So this is like hello will be printed on your log and it will be adding the name. So what is the name? Name is the Clary. So it will add that name here. But how it would be prompted? Like okay, var name is equal to prompt. What's your name? So console.log. We will be getting our output in the console. It will be printing out hello and the name. What is the name? Clary. So this will be outputted here. Similarly, var title, these are some examples of variables and how the expressions we can say. Expressions means we are doing some operation, or we are doing something like okay, greeting is equal to comma, means we are doing some sort of storing the results in some expressions, or we are like okay, here like this is the expression 2 plus 2 x into 3 and we are storing it in another variable. This looks like how we can use the expression and loose typing. Loose typing would be like, oh, we have to write, sometimes we can take this name from our console, or we can type it here, and even store input from users using the prompt function. Now this is the input. What's your name? It will be in the prompt. What is the prompt? It's just like alert window. We have learned this all things earlier, and JS figures out the type based on the value, and the type can change. Okay, say like now I have given here var x, console.log, type of x undefined, because we don't know what is x, right? And x is equal to 2, what it will give? Console.log, type of x number, because why is this number? Because 2 is a number. So type of, it is also an operator we can say, which will tell you what type, what data type of that variable is. So x is what? Number. If we say a single quote hi, and so type of x in this case it would be the string. A variable can only be of one type. You can't make two variables at the same time, because here it is number as well as cats. Oh, it is got confused whether to use number or the string. String holds an ordered list of characters. Like var alphabet, it would be A, B, C, D to Z. The length property reports the size of the string. Whenever if we type like apple, this is the variable alphabet. Sorry, I said apple. It's alphabet. So alphabet dot length. So these are 26 alphabet. So it would be 26. Length would be the 26. Each character has an index. The first character is always at index 0. The last character is always at the index length -1. So keep in mind, it starts from 0 and ends with length -1. Now console.alphabet 0. This is what it tells you which one is the first one, because it starts from 0. So it's A. 1 would be B and C would be 2 would be C. Similarly, if we say console.log alphabet.length, this won't work. It will give you undefined, because we can't go out of the, it would be out of the index. See, because length itself, it should be -1, so it will give you Z, the last element. So what is the code structure? It is nothing but how the our code would look like. So this is like the function. This is how you write the function, and this is how we are declaring variables. Then these are the blocks, empty lines, logical blocks. This is if-else statement. We'll go through this later, how the codes are being used. This would be something which would look like as our code in JavaScript. There are some suggested rules. See below for more details. Like what are this? These are lines are not very long. It is like tells you how the code should look like, and it will be like variable. It should be case sensitive. The data type we are using, the strings, the functions, the statements, the comments, loops. These are the loops, if and for. This is the if block. This is the for loop. Then conditional statements. We have learned already the variable, data type, string, functions, statements. These are the something different which we have to still understand. You might have learned these things in earlier any different other programming language, but how this will look in the JavaScript, it would be need a study about those things. The conditional statements like if, else, this is like conditional, while loop, do while loop. Okay, so these are something like code structure, how the code would look like. So till now we have learned like how we write the program in JavaScript, how we will be using the HTML coding, like in that how we like write our JavaScript, or we can use the external file and put the whole program in that. Then we know about the data types, how the data types are declared, and how we can use those data types to declare, to assign, or to make some mathematical operations. We have to still know more about the conditional statements, still need to know more about like what we can say, how the function look like, variable. Then still we can have more look over this this thing. Now what is the variables? If we click here, we'll go on another window. Variables are very much used in our day-to-day life for making our programs very sensible and actually understanding technically as well as syntactically. So talking about variables, there's one more extremely important thing. A variable name should have a clean, obvious meaning describing the data that it stores. Variable naming is one of the most important and complex skills in programming. A quick glance at variable names can reveal which code was written by a beginner versus an experienced developer. So this we all understood about those things. So you can go on this website as information javascript.info_variable, and you can learn these things as well. If you have skipped if you don't understand something, go through this website and understand. And if you can check my earlier videos and also this video for the variables, so that you can understand and get clarification about variables. So guys, thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my videos, and please also try to watch my earlier videos as well, so that you can understand the JavaScript with more and more understanding. Thank you for now, and just wait for my next video, which will be learning about the mathematical operations with the help of operators. What are different types of operators? So go on doing coding, and happy coding. Thank you.